Hey, hi, welcome to Taipei, Taiwan. How are you? Thanks for joining me here. It's John Sabo, Far East Adventure Travel. Thank you so much. Hey, Jevin7, how's it going? I'm hoping I can do a broadcast that's going to last as long as the rain doesn't start. Sorry, we're in a real big rainstorm here over the next week in Taiwan, particularly northern Taiwan. And it was raining really hard earlier. We got a little bit of a break. I jumped on the MRT. I'm back up at Beidou Hot Springs district here, which is about a 20-minute MRT ride outside of Taipei. So thanks for joining me. Give me a shout out where you are. Would love to say hi. I travel all over Asia, and I stream live on Periscope, Facebook Live, and I publish a couple of podcasts called Far East Adventure Travel. And my website is FarEastAdvTravl.com. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to show you just a couple of things around this beautiful little village. You know, this was called the, sorry, just let me screen here. This was called the Hollywood of Taiwan at one time because they made so many movies here because it's so beautiful. It kind of ran into despair for a number of years because it had kind of turned evil. Well, no, I wouldn't say evil. It went to the dark side. So it was actually a red light district here for a long time, mostly in the 60s, I think, and 70s. And a lot of the American GIs that were over in Vietnam would come here on leave. So they built up this big red light district. But before all of that, it was just a beautiful little hot springs town. The Japanese created this because the Japanese brought their bathing culture and their hot spring culture to Taiwan when Japan colonized Taiwan. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining me. Give me a shout out where you are. I'd love to say hi. But what I wanted to show you, which I think is just so cool, this stand here, this is a rickshaw stand. And this is an original rickshaw stand. Well, they've had to, of course, renovate it. But a lot of this stuff got run down. But when the MRT here in Taiwan in the late 90s extended out to Beidou district, there was a new interest created in this, and they came here, and of course the hot springs have always been here, and new money came in, and they developed all these beautiful little hot spring resorts. Hey, New York City. And so now it's just this beautiful gem, and I don't know how many foreigners know about this place. I'm sure a fair amount do, but you know, you rarely see a lot of this featured here. And but the Taiwanese people know all about it, and certainly the Japanese as well, because they love hot spring culture. And Beidou here in Taipei, it has one of the largest concentrations of hot springs in the world. It's right over the Tatun volcanic group here in northern Taiwan, and it's still very active. I wanted to show you the thermal valley today here, which is just a few minutes walk from here, but unfortunately they close on Mondays, so I can't show you that. But I am going to show you this, the facade here of the Beidou Hot Springs Museum, because it was at one time it was the biggest hot springs resort in all of East Asia when it was built in the early 20th century. And this really is I really love spending time in this place because it's so picturesque. That what I'm showing you right now is the Beidou branch of the Taipei Public Library, and it's a very cool eco-friendly library. It's the aesthetics remind me very much of Frank Lloyd Wright because it uses the landscape to kind of blend in, and it's all beautiful wood on the outside and wood floors on the inside. And this is the library here. Yeah, and it's very lush. It's very green here. Lots of palm trees and ponds and streams. Of course, hot spring streams as well. I'll walk you through as well. But this is the Hot Springs Museum, which used to be the Beidou Hot Springs Resort. And some students and teachers from an elementary school here in the early 90s discovered that it was basically abandoned. Can you believe this is this beautiful building? There was nobody using it. It wasn't being occupied. And there was all these, baths inside and that, so they got the money together and petitioned, and they restored this place, and it's beautiful on the inside. There's a tatami room, a mat room where people used to rest and play chess and listen to geishas sing, and beautiful hot spring baths on the lower level and hardwood floors everywhere. and now it is a museum. It's a free museum to go to, and you have to take your shoes off and put slippers on because they want to protect the floors, of course. And I'm just going to show you over the hot springs stream here. And it probably feel nice. It's not cold today. It's not really warm, but you get the warm air coming up from the hot springs. And these are the hot springs here in Beitou district in Taipei. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, feel free to share the broadcast with your followers and friends. Just swipe the screen left to right on iOS or up on Android, and you can share that way. This is Beitou Hot Springs District here in Taipei. About a 20-minute MRT ride from the heart of Taipei. So yeah, 20 minutes on the MRT and you're here. Actually, you take the MRT line to Beitou, and then you have to take a little tram. Kind of, it's a train, but it's almost like a tram. It goes really slow, and it's a Jinbeitou, and that is a little train. It takes like 5 or 6 minutes, and then you're right in the heart of the village here. And this is where all the resorts are. There's some really lovely resorts here. You can also rent a room if you're a couple, just for a few hours to enjoy the hot springs, because they have hot springs piped into all the hotel rooms in this area here, so you get your own private hot springs in your hotel room. And there's also a public hot springs here as well that you can go that's really cheap, like $1 or a couple bucks. Yes, yeah, very much so. I'm just working right now. I've been working on a Polaroid project, actually, and I'm hoping that there's something, a little series is going to come through on that. I took my Polaroid camera and a bunch of Polaroid film to Nepal, and I did some portraits of sadhus and other people last fall. So I'm just hoping that that's going to come through, and working on other things. I'm so sad right now because my Leica is in Germany getting repaired, so I kind of feel like I've lost one of my arms right now. But I have other cameras I use, but it's not the same. But yeah, I am definitely working on a lot of long-term things with the photojournalism. So this is the Beitou Hot Springs Museum, and then the hot springs that run right through the town here. You could literally jump in here and have a bath. The water's, I put my feet in here before, but I think they're discouraging people from doing that now. There's less places that you can take a dip here in public, and I'm not sure why they're doing that, but take a little more walk. This is a really fancy resort here with a restaurant and everything, and they have attendants dressed as geishas. People here in Taiwan love Japanese things and Japanese culture, and there definitely is that flavor. When you come to Taiwan, you will definitely notice the flavor of Japan here. There's still many buildings that were left over from the Japanese rule of Taiwan, and some got destroyed in World War II, but some were saved and renovated, like this building here, this hot spring, this former hot springs resort. It was the biggest hot springs resort in East Asia at one time. And this is the creek, and then beyond that is the beautiful public library that's here. So it's really easy to get to. I don't know if a lot of foreigners make it up here, but certainly the Taiwanese people know about it and love taking walks around here. It's a nice day. We got a bit of a break from the rain. So thanks for joining me here in Taipei, and give you one last look at the Hot Springs Museum here before I go. And look at this, these nice stone steps you can walk on. Thanks for inviting your followers. Thank you so much. Thanks for the hearts. Really appreciate that. A lot of things are closed here today. It's a Monday, so I can't show you anything inside, but I can show you the outside. And if you're just joining us, you can watch the replay later because I showed the old rickshaw stand that's still here. It's very cool. Thank you. Yeah. I'm in Taiwan at the moment, so I'll be broadcasting more, so please follow me on Periscope and Twitter. And you can also follow me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called FarEastAdvTravl, and a couple of podcasts on iTunes called FarEastAdvTravl. Just working on one right now on Beito Hot Springs District, so that's why I'm here. Thanks for joining me. See you soon from Taipei, Taiwan. This is John Sabo. 谢谢，拜拜。